Hello, Ian, and hello, Daniel, today.
Hello, Chulo.
Hello.
Hello, Chulai.
Hello. Long time no
I'm
speak,
Daniel.
Ian.
Yeah, gosh, yes. Yeah. Time flies past. Where's that period of time gone?
I don't know, gone to the sunset behind you, probably.
Oh, it's fading in the sunset.
Yeah. Daniel, hello. How have you been? We haven't spoken to you for a while.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Back in the swing of things at school?
Um, Not quite, but yeah,
What do you
getting
mean?
there.
This is like the fourth week, isn't it? Yeah, it is the
Um,
fourth, kind of.
yeah,
Yes, it is the
yeah.
fourth
Well,
week.
actually, I was in the swing of it. I was all on top of things, and I was checking my list. And I went in yesterday, and I said, "Yes, I've got nothing for today. I've got one or two things for tomorrow, but I'm on top of everything." And
Yeah.
then in that day, some teachers were like, "Oh, have you done this? Have you done this?" That wasn't on the homework app, so I wasn't
Uh-oh.
expecting it, and I forgot that I had to do it, and I didn't do it, and now I'm behind, and yeah, it sort of spiraled out of
Oh.
control, really. But
But to be
yeah,
honest, I actually find this homework app thing extremely weird because my son has just started year 7. He doesn't even have a phone. He has zero technology interest apart from watching his iPad or whatever, and has some sort of fluency in that. But if I don't keep on top of it, I don't know how he will ever be able to follow or just keep on top of how many homework he's got, from when does it need to be submitted. It's just like, it is a lot,
yeah,
actually. It is a lot to take in. They keep updating it, but what they don't do is that they don't update once it's submitted, not for a while. Some of them are showing red, even though he's submitted them and stuff, which is,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
if
not
you don't
ideal.
keep on top of it, it's just hard.
Yeah,
Yeah. What happened to
especially
good?
when
Yeah.
especially when they expect things that they haven't put on the app.
Well, that doesn't help, definitely, does it?
No.
It really sounds very organized, doesn't it? It's all on the app. It should all work really well, but actually, it's the human bit that doesn't quite work.
I like the thing. It should work. They put a student survey link. For the life of me, we did not get it working through login, through mine, through Emrest, through the phone app, through whatever. We just it doesn't work. And the Facebook group of moms are going crazy. Nothing is working. What's going to happen? Everybody's sending emails to lots of different people. Eventually, I managed to send an email to the IT person and he sorted it out. But in the meantime, the answer you get, it should work. It's like, yeah, it
Yeah,
should work, but it's
yeah,
not working.
yeah. All good when it works.
So, yeah, I mean, for the life of me, how is an 11-year-old is going to sort this out by himself? No idea. Whilst he's at school all day long, but never mind. Anyway, we got it sorted. Anyway, we're not here to talk about my son's homework or Daniel's for that matter. I wanted to
Good to
talk
know.
a
Yep.
little bit today about this more philosophical conversation because I know Daniel likes to go into deep into these sort of things, and I guess there's parts of our audience who also likes to go a little bit philosophical and deep and meaningful, as it were. But I know that also what we're going to talk about today will resonate with loads of us and will give us some food for thought, if you like, as we go forward with things in life. So you know the saying, though good things come to those who, you
Good
know,
things come to those who
who
wait.
wait, right? That's the absolute saying. But
That's it.
I put a post out a couple of weeks ago on one of my social media platforms to with the ending bit, the wait bit, empty, just to
Okay.
see what people would actually say about it. So I'd like to know
Okay. Yeah.
what your perspectives are, Ian and Daniel, today on that.
Right. Who's going first?
You can go first.
Thank you. I was just playing for a bit of time there, but it didn't
It
work.
didn't work.
Okay,
No,
good.
well, I can go first if you need
Go
some
on,
more
go on.
time to
And I
think.
need some thinking time here. Go on, you
Okay.
go first.
Um, I mean, one word you could put there, or two words. It's a bit harsh, but you could say, "Good things come to those who deserve it."
Ooh, interesting. Deserve it. Tell me more.
I guess some people might argue that a lot of people complain that good things aren't happening to them,
Mm.
and maybe they're not trying, or they just expect it to come from nothing.
Mm.
And I guess there's a lot of people out there who work hard and good things do come to them. I don't know.
Okay, so who deserve it? Interesting. Who decides whether somebody deserves something or not?
It's a good question. Depends what they're deserving and who's judging their deservingness. I suppose if it's like just generally a good life, you know, it's not going to be a human who's going to decide that. You know, if like luck happens, I don't know.
Oh, do you believe in luck, Daniel?
I believe in yeah, I guess some people are born more lucky than other people.
Oh,
but it's
okay.
more it's more of a, not necessarily they're more lucky as in they're going to come across more £1 coins on the floor. It's more lucky as in, you know, they've been born into a rich family and they don't have to try as hard as other people maybe.
Okay, that's an interesting belief, actually.
Yeah.
Well, okay, interesting. And I'm sure there's many people, many of our listeners, some of our listeners are believing in that exact same sort of belief that you've just talked about. Some people are born luckier than others. If you ask my 11-year-old son, he would tell you, lucky doesn't exist, mommy. You create your own luck. That's what he would say to you.
I also agree with that.
So
yeah, I think for me, good luck is randomness that works in your favor, and bad luck is randomness that works against you in, you know, in whatever circumstance, really.
And again, that's based on your own perception at that given time.
Yes.
Perhaps.
Do I think it's working for me now at this moment, whatever it is? Yeah.
But
on the good things, just
Yeah.
on the, you know, on the topic, good things come to those perhaps who believe that they're entitled to it. How about that one?
Entitled. Ooh, entitled. I like that word. Tell me more about this entitlement. Who is entitled to good things and who is not entitled to good things?
Yeah, well, it's about your own belief as to whether you think you are, whether you think you're good enough, perhaps, whether you think you're a good person or you think of yourself as a bad person, and you're not entitled to good things.
Okay, so we are just talking very much about beliefs, what we believe, what's our perspective on a specific topic, and in this case, whether it's luck, whether it's deserving of a certain outcome or being good enough to have that outcome. But Ian, haven't we spoke about before, everybody's already good enough just because of the fact that they are here, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. If you're born, if you're a living human being here now, you know, you are entitled to a fulfilling life, a satisfying life. We've said it so many times.
Yeah, but let's now go back into the common saying that everybody knows and probably would have been the first thing that everybody thought of when we said the sentence, good things come to those who wait. But what is our perspective? What's your perspective on what that really means?
Patience.
Okay. Yeah.
If people say, oh, you know, I want my favorite job, or I really want to, you know, I really want to get more money now, or I want lots of friends to come to me, or I want to find my soulmate or my, you know, love partner or whatever, and they expect it to happen within the week, you know, they're ultimately going to fail because, you know, good things do inevitably take time.
Yes.
But equally, you can't just wait a long time and expect it to happen as well. So it's
I love those. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to work for it, and you've also got to have patience.
Yes, I like that. So we are going to delve a little bit into that in a minute when Ian has said what he's going to say.
Yeah, okay.
On that.
It just reminds me of the lyric from the Queen song, I want it all, I want it now. Yeah. And that's, you know, some people think, you know, they must have it that instant sort of thing. But, you know, Daniel's right. There is some element of if something's worth having, you've probably got to work at it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, maybe it's not worth having. That's not always true. We could dissect that one to the nth degree, but that's probably not what we're going to do today. But yeah, I think, you know, not expecting to have everything now, so good things come to those that wait. You do have to be prepared to have a delay between absolutely now and when this good thing might happen.
Okay.
How about that?
It is good. And I'm going to come back to this entitlement thing that you said about Ian, earlier as well.
Yes.
Is that, yes, the patience is very much that, and working or doing the work, I should say, whether you work hard or whatever, that's a different perception as well. It depends on what your perception of working hard means. But those who do the work, necessary work, whether that means that you can, do the miles or whatever, or do the hours that you need to do, or do the inner work, which is about your beliefs, which is about, what you believe about the world, or what you believe about yourself. That is the hardest work you would ever need to do, and that's the hardest work that we would need to do to get to where we want to get to, because or get any outcome. And hopefully this applies to generally the good outcomes. Nobody sits here and expects a bad outcome in anything or bad things to happen to them or something. But yeah, good things come to those who are patient in reaching the outcome. And here's a few words that I've put myself here. Good things come to those who love what they do.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, because when you love what you do, you do it with joy. You do it with pleasure and passion. And the cliche about whether it's about the journey or the destination, it's the journey, that we enjoy the journey of getting there, because often we put so much emphasis on the outcome, that good thing that we are waiting for. We often forget what the journey is about and how we enjoy that journey, or not, as the case may be. And if you love the journey and what you're doing to get there, then it probably will come to you a lot easier, because the time will pass quicker.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
When you're, I think, doing those things, then you're actually being the person. You're being true to yourself. You're doing what is of you. You're being yourself. You're doing what comes naturally to you.
Yeah.
And you're going to find greater joy in that. You're going to find peace. You're going to find fulfillment. You're going to find all the things that the human being wants in doing that. If you're doing some work or task or project that really you don't engage in, or it doesn't mean anything to you, whatever meaning things to people means in itself, but if you're not engaged, you're not enjoying, it's just not you, then
writing an essay.
There you go. There's a good example.
So just picking up on that little vibe that you just put out there, Daniel, what is the good thing that you're waiting for at the end of this? The journey is writing the essay, and it is hard. It's probably very boring as well. But what is the good thing that you're waiting for at the end of it?
Specifically an essay, or the end of...
Well, essay being the example in this case, that you clearly are not looking forward to writing or enjoying, or don't even want to do it. But why would you want to do it? And that's going to bring me to my next point.
Well, I suppose, this whole thing really, at the core of it is delayed gratification. So I suppose the essay would be the delay, and the grade at the end, if I got one that was anything other than a U, would be the gratification. So it's but I suppose the real long-term goal is finishing A levels and moving off to uni. I think I've found a pretty good course that I want to do, so
okay. That's good news. So it is basically, it's a step in your life experience that is the specific step that you want to take, and that's the specific point you want to get to. And writing an essay is a small point within that journey. And as hard as it might be, as kind of boring as it might be, doing that right now is something that you have to kind of get through. And that's the next thing I was going to say. Good things come to those who do the necessary work, even when it is hard. So
definitely. I think the most important time to do work isn't when you feel like it, it's when you don't feel like it.
Yes, exactly. And sometimes, hard work, as I was saying earlier, may mean different things to different people. It's not necessarily working hard, but hard work is writing that essay, having to mentally get yourself into the, the desk or whatever to do the essay. Writing the essay in itself isn't a difficult thing, but it's just having to bring yourself mentally there could be harder than writing the essay itself. Yeah,
absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah, just like us having to show up every week to record the podcast. If we didn't enjoy what we were doing, if we didn't have the passion and the commitment for it, it would be hard work.
That's right. It's getting started on something, actually,
Yeah.
It's that transition from sitting in front of the telly, sitting at the table, sitting at the desk, whatever, to, actually getting yourself physically arranged to do the task.
Yeah,
so an essay is a at the desk thing. What we're doing now is in the studio thing, whatever, in the place where we do the recording. It's about getting yourself there and making that start and doing all the bits to make it happen. And yeah, if we didn't have the passion, and you say commitment, I mean,
commitment.
These are nasty flavored words that we don't like these days. I think
Is that right?
stickability, commitment, routine. Horrible words.
We are going to do another podcast episode. In fact, I'm going to write it in our list: commitment versus passion. But let's park that for now.
We'll park that one. All right.
Park that one for now.
For the future. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what we were saying is doing that mental work, which is the hardest part of it all, is to see it through.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's never the work that's really hard. It's always getting yourself to do the work.
Work. Right. Exactly. So, and then the other thing I said was, remember to find those things. Good things come to those who remember to find and feel the joy in every moment. This is again, like a bit like enjoying the journey element that we spoke about. Even if sometimes you don't necessarily love it, again, in the case of writing an essay or maybe writing a presentation or doing a presentation or whatever it is that you're finding hard right now, maybe there is still something that you can find joy in it. It could be the fact that you have the ability, the mental and physical ability to sit down and write an essay, or even have the opportunity to write an essay, to go to school, to go to university. Whatever that joyful moment might be, it's almost kind of like gratitude to what you're doing, what you already have. It's kind of that. And that requires a lot of inner strength and character, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, what you just said there strongly reminds me of something I heard not long ago, and it was that your whole life changes when you stop saying, "Oh, I've got to get up, I've got to write this essay, I've got to go and work out," and you change it to, "I get to wake up in the morning, I get to work out, I get to write this essay." Exactly
that. And it's so easy to take it for granted, even the simplest things that we take for granted every single day, just like being able to get out of bed unaided and be able to breathe with, no difficulty, whatever it might be. These are just so simple things that we could be grateful for right now that will get us to that journey. And it's a choice. It's a matter of choice. You can continuously complain about things and be a victim of the circumstances. And as you said, some are born into a rich family, therefore they are lucky. Well, they can choose to use that to their advantage and just make it multiply, or they can, and there has been people like this, use it to their disadvantage because they feel entitled, because they already feel like they have that, but they don't do the work, and they fall right down to the bottom. So anything could happen. In fact, we are all born with the same level of luck or choices or whatever. It's just up to us how we use them to get to what we want to do in life.
Yeah, interesting thought. Yeah, we just associate it with our materialistic surroundings and think the better the fabric around us, or the financial security, that that's what good is. But it's not, is it? It is about what we do with what situation we're in. I think that's what you're saying, Chulai.
Yes. And the financial, again, is a matter of perception. you can be financially free, which is great. Of course, as we said, money is a tool and we can use it to whatever we like, but also it is not necessarily as a key to the happiness that you may or may not have internally. So yeah, and another thing that I said was to appreciate all the good things they already have, which kind of we alluded to here. But gratitude is the absolute number one thing that gets us to where we want to get to in life, because it's just that knowing, surrendering to the fact that we already have what we want, working from the premise that what we want already exists, what we want already is in motion. So the fact that you started, Daniel, doing your A-levels was because you were going to end up choosing a university course that was already there. You're just going through the motions of making that happen.
Yeah, I think especially with gratitude, I suppose you could say good things come to those who can see the good things. It's it's all well and good saying, oh, good things will come to you if you do this, but actually good things are already there. You just have to open your eyes and notice that they are good things.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Exactly that. And, our external life is a reflection of our internal world. And by being a victim, by constantly complaining, by being nasty and whatever to the outside world, you're never going to create great things in life, because just a very simple law of attraction will attract bad things to you with the bad low vibration and low thoughts like that. So good things are already there. All you have to do is open your eyes and see what they are, and notice and take note of it every day. Because as we gave the example maybe a couple of weeks ago, if I ask you to count how many blue things you see around you, you're never going to notice the red things because you're focused on the blue things. So if you focus on all the good things you have in your life, you're never going to see what is not working. But we're going to come to that in a second as well. Ian, you're going to say something.
No, I'm just very I'm just taking it all on board, really. I think this is, they're very helpful. The fact that, things are there, and this idea, exactly as Daniel said, of just noticing that it's there. There is, it is there. It's really about what you decide to do with what's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's back to what you focus on grows in you. That's one of my favorite sayings that has become of doing this podcast together. It's but it's very right, isn't it? That you want to fill your mind with good stuff and positive thoughts, and that attracts more of that sort of thing. And
exactly, yeah. And then the other thing that I said was, those good things come to those who trust and surrender to the fact that everything is always working out, even when it is not working. This is a good one.
Wow, yeah. Tell us more, Chulai.
Yeah, everything is, there I saw a little saying. Actually, this is from a book. The other day I thought about recommending this to Daniel, actually. It's from a book called Florence Scovel Shinn. She's The Game of Life and How to Play It, and it says life is always rigged in your favor. So no matter how bad things may be right now, no matter how unexpected or how bad it might look like right now, whether that's a delay, whether this is an unexpected event, it is always working out. It's kind of, people might relate to this as, everything happens for a reason and all that sort of stuff. But everything is always working out in our favor, even though we might not see it that way at this moment in time when we are in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's right. Go on, Daniel.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how much I agree with that.
Oh, really? Go on then. Tell us what you think.
I think, in terms of like, I suppose the danger is, if you hear everything's, everything is working out, then I know at least for myself, I take any opportunity to be lazy. If I think it's working out, I'll just go, oh well, it's fine, I don't have to do anything. So I mean, yeah, I suppose it's
where does he get that from?
I don't know.
Paired with action, I think would be.
Yes, exactly. That's good. It's a good caveat to put in there. Is
Yeah.
as long as you've taken the action, you have taken your part of the deal, you've fulfilled your part of the deal, which is to take responsibility, to be responsible for your actions alone, and take inspired actions towards the focus that you have, so that you are expecting a good outcome because that's what your focus is, and you do everything you possibly can within your power. And that's where the wait things come from as well. Those things good things come to those who wait. You don't just sit there and wait for things to happen to you, because things never happen to you. You always created. You are the creator of your own destiny, on your own luck, your everything, like I said. So if you just sit there and surrender, well, it's working out anyway, so I don't have to do anything. No, this is on the premise that we are responsible for creating everything that happens in our life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, with that premise, then we don't have to control everything, every part of the outcome. All we have to do is to take the action and surrender that it's working out. That's the premise. And it was good that you have mentioned that. Yes. And the other thing I had was to do the work with no attachment.
Yeah, is that the I'm just sort of guessing here what you're getting at. Is that kind of like you're only fulfilling your duty if you do the duty out of your own free will?
What did that mean?
Well, it was just we've covered it in some of my ethics classes, and it was someone who was arguing that if your duty is to do this or do this good in the world, if someone puts a gun against your head and forces you to do it, you're not really doing your duty. Okay. So is it that is that what you're getting at? That kind of idea that you should do it with purpose, and do it out of your own free will, rather than doing it just because, I don't know, you feel like you have to.
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing is, your dad and I have covered this before. We don't ever have to do anything, okay, unless somebody stick a gun in your head. That's a different circumstance entirely. But luckily, we don't have to do that every single day, or any circumstance for that matter. But this is again working from the premise that we are working towards our purpose, and we get to do things. We don't have to do anything, and anything that we do on a given day is based on our choices that we make. And you might say, oh, I have to go to work to do whatever. Well, no, you don't have to. You're choosing to go to work in order to bring whatever the reward that you're going to bring at that point in time. You're choosing to go to this specific work. You could do other work if you choose. But so yeah, based on the fact that you've chosen with your free will, with a purpose, with the attachment piece, what I mean is that people are mostly worried about how something is done, how they will achieve it, and how specific steps will get them to where they want to get to. And maybe sometimes those specific steps aren't really for our highest good. And if we are so focused on the steps, we lose the focus on the outcome.
Yeah.
And it comes from a place of having to control, again, everything, and having to control each step. And we lose then the joy, and we lose the purpose behind it, because we are so focused on the details. And details isn't really our responsibility. Our responsibility is to find the purpose and work towards it with inspired action. What I mean by inspired action is to, act on what comes through you, what comes within from you, rather than what others say you should do. As you said, kind of alluded to a little bit, but then have no attachment to what's going to happen as a result.
Yeah.
Because if you're focused on how this will happen and how specifically this should be achieved, then you've already lost the battle, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have got to say that time's running out on us, unfortunately, today,
I've got a
folks.
couple of more things to say.
I just, yeah, if we got some more final thoughts,
Just
Tula,
a
that would be
couple
good.
of final thoughts. This is again, this is what other people have said. Okay. Okay, let me see. What? So a couple of other things. Somebody said, good things come to those who wait, who are kind to all.
Yes.
So if you're kind to other people, good things come to you, which we kind of said about the attraction and what we focus on grows and who we are is reflected on
sense.
the outside. Yeah.
Yes, good one.
Yeah. And then the other person said, good things come to those with a positive outlook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, a positive expectation. We we actually make happen what we expect things to happen, if you like. If you constantly have the expect that this is not going to work out, it's already, you know, failed and whatever, then essentially that's what's going to happen. So, you know, as a summary, Ian, good things can come to you at any moment. It just depends what you choose, how you choose to be in the process. You have to do the inner and outer work in order to make that happen. You have to be patient, as we said. You have to let go of the attachment to the process, but just focus on the outcome with the premise that it's already done. Because the fact that you are on the journey already means that it's done. You're just living it. You're just making it happen already. And remember, once you've taken all the actions that you are responsible for taking, just surrender to the fact that it is working out for you, even if it may not work as the way you want it to work right now. Yeah? Does that summarize it well?
I think it does. Yeah, for me, certainly. Yeah.
Yeah. Any final words from you, Daniel?
No, not that I can think of. I thought I had one last good things come to those who, but I can't remember.
Lost it.
Yeah.
It will come to you.
Yeah,
it will. And we could talk about this topic for many hours. It's a shame we can't sit here going on any longer, but our time is up, and it's great to, you know, to have Daniel here as a young person who is studying and, you know, thought-provoking subjects as well to bring its perspective in. And that, you know, that we can learn a lot from younger people. Yeah, you know, that's just one final thought from me. It's not always just about older people teaching younger people. I've learned a lot from Daniel. He's challenged me about a lot of things. You know, yes.
Sometimes too much, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm still here. I'm surviving, and it's good. It's good to challenge. It's good to debate, and it's good to throw things in. I hope, you know, our listeners have appreciated the chat today and gone away and, you know, perhaps need to listen to it again. We've talked about a lot to think about today. You might need to listen to it or watch it more than once, possibly, to get all the points. But thanks for being with us, everyone, and we'll catch you next time.
Yes.
Thank you.